proxemics right here. Okay, Professor Bragg, I'm going to be taking your history. It's a medical interview, and then I'll give you an exam.
I believe Dr. Klekian has already done that.
Well, I know, but Dr. Klekian wants me to do it now, too. I'll be taking a few notes as we go along.
Very well.
Okay, let's get started. How are you feeling today?
Fine, thank you.
Good. How is your general health?
Fine.
Okay. We know you're an academic.
Yes, we've established that.
So we don't need to talk about your interesting work.
No.
How old are you?
50.
Are you married?
No.
Are your parents living?
No.
How and when did they die?
My father suddenly when I was 20 of a heart attack. My mother slowly when I was 41 and 42 of cancer. Breast cancer.
Cancer.
Breast cancer.
I see. Any siblings?
No.
Do you have any questions so far?
Not so far.
Well, that about does it for your life history.
Yes, that's all there is to my life history.
Now I'm going to be asking you about your past medical history. Have you ever been hospitalized?
I had my tonsils out when I was 8.
Have you ever been pregnant?
No.
Ever had heart murmurs, high blood pressure?
No.
Venereal disease, uterine infection?
No.
Thyroid, diabetes,
No.
cancer?
Cancer, yes.
When?
Now.
Well, not including now.
In that case, no.
Okay. Clinical depression, nervous breakdowns, suicide attempts?
No.
Do you smoke?
No.
Ethanol?
Sorry?
Alcohol?
Oh, ethanol. Yes, I drink wine.
How much? How often?
A glass with dinner occasionally, and perhaps a scotch every now and then.
Do you use substances?
Such as?
Marijuana, cocaine, crack cocaine, PCP, ecstasy, poppers?
No.
Do you drink caffeinated beverages?
Oh, yes.
Which ones?
Coffee. A few cups a day.
How many?
2 to 6. But I really don't think that's immoderate.
How often do you undergo routine medical checkups?
Well, perhaps not as often as I should, but I felt fine. I really have.
So the answer is?
Every 3 to 5 years.
Have you ever been pregnant?
No.
What do you do for exercise?
Pace.
Are you having sexual relations?
Not at the moment.
Are you menopausal?
Pre.
When was the first day of your last period?
10 days, 2 weeks ago.
Okay. When did you first notice your present complaint?
This time now?
Yes.
Well, about 4 months ago. I felt a pain in my stomach, in my abdomen, like a cramp, but not the same.
How did it feel?
Like a cramp.
But not the same?
No. Duller and stronger. I can't describe it.
What came next?
Well, I don't know. I started noticing my body more, little things. I would be teaching and feel a sharp pain.
What kind of pain?
Sharp. And sudden. Then it would go away, or I would be tired, exhausted. I was working on an article about John Donne for the Journal of English Text, but I had a very strict deadline.
So you would say you were under stress?
Well, it was not so much more stress than usual. I just couldn't withstand it this time. I don't know.
So?
So I went to Dr. Chin, my gynecologist, after I'd handed in the article and explained all this. She examined me and sent me to Jefferson, the internist, and he sent me to Klekian because he thought I might have a tumor.
And that's it?
Till now.
Well, that's very interesting. Professor Bragg, I guess I'll begin the examination. Why don't you, lie back and, relax. Now just relax, this will only take a moment. Okay. Let's get your feet up. There. Just relax. This won't hurt a bit. Okay. All right. Oh. Gotta go get Susie. Gotta have a girl here. Some crazy clinical rule. I'll be right back. Don't move.
I wish I'd given him an A. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For those whom thou thinkest thou dost overthrow die not before death, nor yet canst thou kill me.
Has anybody seen Susie?
For thou art slave to fate, chance, kings, and desperate men, and dost with poison, war, and sickness dwell. And poppy or charms can make us sleep as well, and better than thy stroke. Why swellest thou then?
She was just here a minute ago.
One short sleep past we wake eternally, and death shall be no more, comma, death thou shalt die.
Okay, here's everything. Okay.
What is this? Why'd you leave her?
I had to find you. Now, come on. Okay, Professor Bang, we're about ready to begin. Let's see. Okay. Just relax. Let me get this sheet. Whew, okay. Just relax. Put this on. Okay. Susie, isn't that interesting that I had Professor Bering?
I wish I'd taken some literature. Don't know anything about poetry.
Professor Bering was very highly regarded on campus. She was very good on my transcript that I'd taken her course. They even asked me about it in my interview for med school. Jesus.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, John Donne, those metaphysical poets, that metaphysical wit. Hardest poetry in the English department. I'd like to see them try biochemistry. Okay, Professor Bering, we're about done. Okay, get these off. Now, let's get your feet out. There, okay, I gotta go.
That was hard. That was... One thing can be said about an 8-month course of cancer treatment. It is highly educational. I'm learning to suffer. Yes, having an electrocardiogram is mildly uncomfortable, but the agony of a practicing endoscopy sweeps it from memory. Yes, it is mildly embarrassing having to wear a nightgown all day long. 2 nightgowns. That seems a positive privilege compared to watching myself go bald. Yes, having a former student give me a pelvic exam was thoroughly degrading, and I use the term deliberately. But I could not have imagined the depths of humiliation that... Oh God. Oh God.
What's left?
I haven't eaten in 2 days. What's left to puke? May I remark that my vocabulary has taken a turn for the Anglo-Saxon. Oh God, I'm going to barf my brains out. If I actually did barf my brains out, it would be a great loss to my discipline. Of course, not a few of my colleagues would be relieved, to say nothing of my students. It's not that I'm controversial, just uncompromising. Oh, God. False alarm.